Welcome to Thriving Our 30s, a judgment-free space where you're encouraged to speak up, be yourself, and embrace that it's okay not to be okay. We can still thrive at our own pace.
This is Christina.
And this is Anna.
And we are so excited to share this incredible journey with you. Let's go!
Hi guys!
Hello!
We want to say welcome back, but it's welcoming back to this channel.
Yeah, it's been so long since our last episode.
I feel like over a year. It's been over a year now.
Yeah.
So we're so sorry.
Yeah.
Just life has just been busy, and I got married. So I think that's what also she got promoted.
I'm single.
See?
A lot changed.
A lot has changed.
Yeah.
So, and time just flies when you're just busy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But we're back.
We're back.
Yes.
We're
and
back.
I'm super happy that we're back.
Yes. And here's to Thriving in Our 30s, part 2. So let's kind of just dive right in. If you are new to the channel, my name is Anna.
I'm Christina.
And we've been best friends since, high school? And
Yeah.
that's like almost 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago.
We're old.
So,
wow.
yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were neighbors too.
We were. And then here we are.
And here we are, yeah.
The only two.
Every time we would try to go out, I was at her house and she was at my house, but we were not home.
No, at all. Yeah.
But wow, it's been 20 years.
It's been 20 years.
Or at least 20 years. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But I think as we live life, even though there's so many changes that's happening,
Yeah.
it's also really cool to see how much we've grown as individuals from us 20 plus years ago and us now.
Right.
It doesn't seem like to me, it doesn't seem like I changed much as like my personality or who I am. I don't know. I feel like I've stayed pretty constant, but now when I look back, I did change and grow a lot too. So it's just really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say I agree with that. But I feel like I've changed over, I really have developed to be better,
Yeah. Well, you worked on it too.
Yeah. So. And it's one of those things where in your 30s, you really realize dang, I didn't really know much in my 20s. I thought I had to figure it out, after college, after all of that. And then now we're creeping up to our mid 30s. And then you think, oh my gosh, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
The things that I thought I knew is now something that constantly is
it's changing,
yes,
shifting.
Yes.
What are some things that have been shifting for you?
Just more grounded, and to who's really has been there in my life, the community gets a little bit smaller, right? Your friends group get a little bit smaller, but it's not, for the worse or anything. It's actually for the better. And I've learned who's really there intentionally to be in your corner, right? And then those that you surround yourself with, are they making you better? Are they helping you to be better? So those are certain things I've learned, and what energy do I put into certain individuals or, things that no longer,
serve you.
Yeah. So, and then my faith has grown a little bit more, so it's just those little things that I've learned.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's been very reflective, especially the past couple of years. Now that of course, I'm still learning and I think growing every day, right? I'm not saying I know everything, right? But what I've been noticing, though, is that any type of cycles that I've seen in my life, I've been able to, number one, identify what are those cycles, and then number two, determine really think about, well, why am I even going through these cycles in the first place?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not addressing it, then it's going to constantly happen over and over and over again.
Right.
Whether it is whether it's in relationships or work or whatever that might be.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been an interesting time of a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And I think that's an area where I feel like I've been developing more for my own like personal growth as well, especially the past year. Because I know our listeners, they haven't heard from us in such a long time. But like for me, especially the past year and a half of us being absent here, that's really what I've been focusing on as well, is really identifying those cycles. And I think that's something where it's a constant thing.
Well, like you say like this past year and stuff, like what are those certain things that maybe for like the listeners and like for those that are wanting to take that step like in their career or wanting to take that like leap of faith of like jumping into a new career or like new hobbies, like what are those certain things that you've done like this past year and a half? I know we talked it like we've talked about it before, like
between us. Well, for me, I think one of the biggest thing is a cycle that I've constantly seen within myself from like a very young age to now is the sense of independence. Because I think a lot of the times I've always seen it as it's a good thing because I was praised for being independent. Like in Korean, there's this word called like 야무져. Right? 너무 야무져.
I wouldn't know. Right? Yes, absolutely. That is right.
They'll be like, 향기 너무 야무져, like, which pretty much means, you're so like diligent, you're so independent, you're able to do things by yourself, right? And I think for me, I've always seen independence as like a really good thing. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I think because I embodied it a little too much since I was a kid, one of the cycles that I constantly see is me trying to just do everything by myself and me trying to take on everything by myself. And from there, it really came from the root of trying to please people. Because I shouldn't have to, like for me, I felt like I need to do this. I need to be independent. I need to be good at X, Y, and Z in order to be like accepted or approvals, things like that. And when you really think about it, it's like, no, like that's not true. That was a story that I was telling myself. Reality is, I'm perfectly fine, right? I'm just the way I am, right? I am perfect. I love myself for who I am, not because of what I can do, right? And I think that was the story I was telling myself of, I need to do more. I need to be like someone or, be independent or whatever, to be loved. But that was something, especially the past year, where I saw that reflected in different periods of my life ever since I was a kid.
Wow.
Right? Even whether it's in relationships, like I don't know how to ask for help. Right?
I just at all. I think we're very similar with that.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, like it's asking for help I just think, okay, I'll just take care of it myself. Right?
Like you rather just get it done and then depend on someone else, right?
Right. But what I'm realizing is the more I do that, I'm taking that power away from someone else for letting them be able to do that for themselves.
Right.
Like a good example is like my daughter, right? Like if she, so many times, like she's doing something and then I get very impatient. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'll just do it. Like when she ties her shoes, for example, she has like that bunny ear and she has to loop it and it's super loose and she has to redo it. And for me, it takes me like 3 seconds. Like, let me just tie real quick, right? But that example in itself, if I just step in and do it myself, then I'm taking away that opportunity for her to
learn.
To learn, but also be proud of herself for accomplishing something. Right. So like little things like that, like I've noticed it like throughout my life where number one, I was so focused on being independent. I am taking those opportunities away, right, for someone else to empower themselves.
Right.
Another thing is because I was so focused on just being independent, even in career wise, like I see myself trying to take on everything. But then that's not sustainable. She does. I know. But
we're learning.
Yeah, we're learning.
That's part of the process. And I think that's like why, believe it or not, this is actually our second time working together, like in a way. Like the first where, that career we worked together and it was like a lot of obstacles. Yes. And then here
in our 20s and then now in our
30s. In our 20s. And there was a lot of like, you know, yes. And then how in our 30s we're trying to maneuver through all of that. But what you said, like, I think it also goes with who we are too and how we're raised and being independent. Yes, it's praised, like even in the Vietnamese culture, but I've learned, and I've talked with my therapist about this, like you hear those like, oh, you're so independent, you're doing such a good job. But I didn't even realize like all those comments that were happening was also affecting my cousins. Like people around me, you know, but I was so focused on trying to please, right? That you lose focus in that. So like with Amani, like your daughter, about tying the shoes, right? Like over here, I'm trying to like do things like, oh, I'm going to put a cousin's trip together for my family. But then I took that away from my other cousin who wanted to help. I said, really I'll just do it. Yeah. You know, like those certain things. So yeah, when you pointed that out, I think it's just, you know, growing up, we have very, in a way, similar childhood. Yeah. And being like, we grew up across the street from each other. I know, right? And of course, like our personalities are a little bit similar. Yeah. And that's one thing too, is like I try to do everything myself, but I've learned to like just let it go. Yeah. Yeah. It's less stressful.
Yeah, just let things be.
Yes.
If it works out, great.
Yep.
If it doesn't work out, great.
Yeah.
Right, just letting it be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's also like liberating because you're letting go of that control.
Yeah.
Really,
it's really hard. It is the control.
Yeah, it's control. But yeah, like when we let go and let things be, and we realize even if something is not perfect, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Right. There's always room for growth, no matter what. There's always grace.
Always grace. Yeah.
So I think it's definitely been like, the past year and a half-ish, 2 years. Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of self-reflection in that.
Yeah.
And even a lot of the times where I identify those cycles, then, you know, just going back to, well, what caused this? You know,
trauma.
Trauma.
Generational trauma.
Yeah,
but it ends with us.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're working on it, that's why it ends with us.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely a beautiful journey. I appreciate it a lot that I have so many people like you know, amazing people around me that's supportive through it all.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I feel like I was very intentional on working on myself for the past 1 to 2 years. So I'm excited for this year.
I'm excited for you. And I'm glad you're able to like learn through letting go of that control, because I feel like that's going to be really good.
Yeah. And I think that's something where even a lot of us like I don't know about our listeners, like if there are any shifts that you guys are having. But yeah, it could be something like what I went through is like, am I enough, right? That's something that I've always thought about my whole life. But identifying it through these cycles really helped me. Because for me, I think it was just more kind of like that practical sense of like, okay, I do see how this is affecting me in these areas, right? Yeah. But constantly reminding myself, like, yes, I am enough just the way I am, right? Yeah. I'm whole just the way I am. Yeah. Like constant reminders to myself, and then making sure that if I feel some type of a way about shifting something, again, addressing that, you know, that was really helpful for me. But hopefully even for our listeners out there, you know, if you guys have something going on, maybe like really think about what that shift is for you that you want to take if you haven't yet for this new year. I mean, we're already like almost mid-year at this point.
Well, today's April. But it's okay. I mean, you can start whenever. Yes. You can start whenever. And like, you know, it took us this long for us to like reflect, and every day can be a new reflection, right? Like how to be better than I was yesterday, like how to be better like than I was last week or last month. So I feel like all these like own cycles that we go through, like we're just learning, because we're all human at the end of the day. No one's perfect.
No one's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we're all perfect just the way we are.
I was like, wait, I know
we're perfect just the way we are.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no need to strive to be any different. Yeah, but what? How about for you? Like anything else that the past year, something else that's you know, been huge for you? Anything else that you've been reflecting on?
Um, well, you know,
How's married life?
marriage life is really, it's been really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's really, I'm very, again, like you said, like very independent, you know, but having a partner who really understands and not having me to explain or like on my why or my decisions, it's just like that missing puzzle that I need. Like,
someone to accept you just as you are. Yeah.
Just the way I am. Like, why do I have so much control? Just let me be. Like, he knows how to pick his own battles and stuff. But I think at the end, it's like, it has really helped me grow to be better. Like, to be a better wife, to be a better daughter, to be a better friend, to be better than, you know, who I was like last year, right? Even. But I also, in this season, has been a very, also very difficult season because, as you know, we lost a close, like, you know, a good friend and I think that part really affected me in some sort of way because even though we didn't like expect it, it made me reflect on, man, like life is way too short to be like holding on grudges or to be holding on things that's no longer serving you or things that, you know, that you thought, oh, this could be better, or oh, I could save this person, or oh, I, you know, 20 plus years of friendship and now it just went out the door. Like, what do? We just have to let things be. Right. And like let things go. And if things works out, it works out. Like that's the season that this just now that I'm in. And it's because of that reflects it even more. Like where even with my career, you know, I always ask like, is this something that I want to do? Or is it something that I want to do more? Like, what's God's plans for me? Like, maybe this is just something that we're here now, but maybe 6 months down the road, God has better plans, you know? Like, it's always like things that we always talk about, like, oh, we coulda, shoulda, you know, all
shoulda,
this.
Coulda, woulda.
Yeah. And I've learned that things happen according to God's plans. And yeah, that's it's one of those things where, and of course, like, you know, the cycle that we always go through, the trauma, you know, what triggers us, what causes us to be, you know, how we react to those are certain traumas that we also have to work through. So,
yeah. But it definitely does put things into perspective when you lose a friend, right? Yeah. And I think that's, for me as well, it did put things into perspective. Like one of the things that I was really grateful for is that, like there were a lot of good memories made, you know, and I think that's something where it really made me think about like the present moment. Like when I am with someone, am I really present there? Yeah. Because that could be a memory that you're making with someone.
And you never know.
You never know what will happen. And I think that really put things into perspective of like what am I doing when I'm with someone? Am I really engaged or am I thinking about something else? Am I doing something else?
And it puts you in perspective, like, you know, we didn't think like here in our 30s we're going to experience like a loss of a friend. Right? We experience loss of like friendships, right? And that's a different grieving. But a loss is definitely something that I did not
expect.
What we would go through. But it does put you in perspective, like, okay, here, like, is this going to matter in the next, you know, 3 years or a year or 3 months or 3 days? Like, why are we going to get mad at this?
It's not a big deal.
It's not. It's not. So I think that's like where we have to like teach ourselves, you know, as we get older, like, is this going to matter in the next 10 minutes? Like, why are we having this like weird argument? Or why are we making this a bigger deal than it is? How do we fix it here and now? Like,
How do we move on from this? It's not,
And, you know, like, okay, you're like, work isn't fun. What do we do to make it fun?
Right.
Right? Like, we got to talk it through. Or, hey, you know, like, we haven't seen each other in a while. Like, and I've told you this, we haven't seen, let's just like not talk about work for like, those are certain things. Like, I feel like as we get older, it's more important.
Yeah. Like, you have to be more intentional.
Yes.
Yeah. Intentional about who you're with, what you're saying, especially in order to be fully present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it gets more and more important. Like, it does become a priority more and more, I feel like. And yeah.
And you just learn to like not care so much. I don't know.
Not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way. No. I meant like, you know, I would worry about like, if something were to happen, like let's say something embarrassing, I would like stress about that. Right? Or like, oh my gosh, like what will people think of me?
Yeah.
But who cares?
Yes.
Now,
big deal.
right?
Yeah.
Or
Let
like
them think how they think.
yeah, we can control that, but we can control our own thoughts.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I just, whatever. Like, you can think whatever you want to think of me, you know? But at the end of the day, like, you just have to make sure, like, you know who you are, what your why is, and who you want to do, and like, where do you want to be in the next year?
Yeah, what type of mark do you want to leave?
Yeah,
what kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Exactly.
Because however you carry yourself, or whatever your interactions are with people, that's an imprint that you're leaving in their life.
Yes.
And what is that?
Yeah.
So yeah. And
you never know what the other person is going through.
Yeah, we never know.
So always be kind, you know, I always say that. You just never know. So
mic drop.
Mic drop. Well, I guess like
I guess for you guys who are listening in, we really encourage you and invite you to think about like, what are your cycles? What are things that you've been really reflecting upon, things that you know that you want to let go or change. In order to change, like, what do you need to address within yourself? Maybe identifying something within you, maybe you've been avoiding, right? Maybe it's something that you knew that it's always been there, but you just didn't want to think about it, dive deeper into it. I mean, I'm sure for you as well, but for me, having someone to help you through that is really helpful, whether it's a life coach, a therapist, or whomever. But I really hope you guys can take away even that little piece of determining what that cycle is for you and how we can break those cycles together.
Yes. So until next time, we'll continue more about this, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, well, have a good day, and we'll see you in our next podcast. Bye.